Steve Cioccolanti, a stargazer, in Isaiah 47:13, is caught again, misrepresenting Revelation 12, with lies.
The constellation Virgo, which will have the sun at her head, the moon at her feet, and 12 stars, 9 from the constellation Leo, and a conjunction of Mercury, Mars, and Venus on her head. That makes 12 stars on the 23rd of September 2017. Remember that date. All right, the 4 blood moons started on Passover, 15th of April, 2014.
Remember, there is 4 blood moons that are going to be over Jerusalem, starting in 2014 on the first day of the feast of the Passover. Another blood moon during Tabernacles in 2014. Another blood moon, first day of Passover 2015, and another blood moon over Jerusalem.
Now, I've used official data from NASA and the UK government in a 3-minute video to debunk this myth about blood red moons over Israel in 2014 and 15. There's no blood moons over Jerusalem in 2014 or 15, and you can watch this 3-minute video that proves it.
All right, the 4 blood moons started on Passover, 15th of April, 2014. If you count those 2 dates, the distance between those 2 dates, anyone want to guess the distance between those 2 dates? 1,260 days. I'm not making this up. You punch it in the calculator.
Since the base of Cioccolanti's calculation is a lie, his outcome can only be a double lie.
This is written in the skies. His tail drew 1/3 of the stars of heaven and threw them to the earth. These stars falling to the earth can only be meteorites.
His tail swept down 1/3 of the stars of heaven and cast them to the earth.
The Bible explains itself. The stars of heaven are the saints whose names are written in heaven. 1/3 of them will be persecuted or martyred by Satan's followers under his satanic powers.
The child should be a collective entity, which is the church, and it says the child is caught up. In other words, the church is raptured. How could it be Jesus that was caught up? Because Jesus was never caught up to be protected from the devil pursuing him.
She gave birth to a male child, one who is to rule all the nations with a rod of iron.
All these verses are talking about the Messiah, not the church. But since the church is granted to be co-ruler with Christ in his kingdom, the male child in Revelation 12:5 is a double application. Both Christ himself and his church, the head and the body. Jesus was caught up to heaven 2,000 years ago, then his church before the Great Tribulation.
So let's look at the heavenly meaning now of Revelation 12. The only woman in the sky is the constellation Virgo. The woman's seed is the king planet Jupiter, the child that enters her womb and exits.
Cioccolanti compares Jesus to the Roman Jupiter. What blasphemy is this?
Satan's seed is the dragon.
Satan's seed is not the dragon. Satan cannot be his own seed.
I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel.
Genesis 3:15 says, Jesus Christ, the seed of the woman, bruises Satan's head, not the head of, Satan's seed. Satan's seed is the Antichrist, who also suffers a mortal wound, like his father of lies. Last but not least, Cioccolanti advertises himself as an expert in marriage counseling, while he himself is in his third marriage to his kid's nanny. More details at my blog, Steve Cioccolanti Watch.blogspot.com.